Hey BookTube, here's my review for The Delphi Effect by Rysa Walker. I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, and I thought I would share with you my thoughts on The Delphi Effect by Rysa Walker. On audio, it is narrated by Kate Rudd. Well, first of all, with regard to the audio, I love Kate Rudd. She can pretty much do no wrong in my eyes, and she was wonderful in this book. She's one of my very top narrators because of the way she does narration. Yeah, she's a voice actor and she does it really well. I really liked this book. It is the story of Anna. Anna is gifted, I suppose you would say, in that when she touches something that has like a ghost hanging around it, she can pick up the ghost like a hitchhiker, and the ghost will kind of just hang with her until she accomplishes something that they didn't finish. The thing is, she's been aware of this since she was born, really, and so she hasn't known how to express that to other people, and so over the course of time she's gotten very guarded and she's very walled off from the world in general because ghosts are talking to her, and at first she didn't understand and now she does, and so she's coping with it the best she can. She has a best friend named Deo. She also has a psychiatrist named Kelsey who completely understands her and believes her and is on her side. So it's nice to have a side character that's really, you know, supportive of the main character. Well, one day she picks up the ghost of Molly, and Molly is a young girl who was murdered, and Molly wants her to help Molly's grandfather solve the murder because Molly's grandfather is a police officer. He's a detective. And then the story basically turns into the search for this killer. Along the way, we run into other people that are gifted and in different ways, and then we discover kind of this sort of organization that is affiliated loosely with the gifted people. And so you can imagine where it goes from there. It's like government conspiracy and who's really in power and a lot of that. This book does not stop. I mean, it jumps into the action at the outset and it continues it on. There really is not a romance to speak of. There's a little hint of one, but it would have crowded the plot too much, which is so nice that Rysa decided to forego that, at least until further on in the series. And there will be a series because this whole organization, gifted people thing, they're bad guys. And so, you know, that has to all be gotten rid of. One thing Rysa does in this book is make a lot of Harry Potter references. And I really like that. And in fact, when Anna and company are driving somewhere, like a long distance in a car, I think at one point they have to drive about an hour, they have the audiobook of one of the Harry Potter books going in the car, which I thought was just so cool. I love it when authors will reference an audiobook. One of the things that Rysa did in this book was to kind of go there without going there. I really appreciated that because I don't think you always need every gory, graphic detail to get what happened. And in the case of Molly, the young girl who was murdered, Anna has all of her memories. So Anna is able to remember what Molly went through when she was being murdered. And it was some bad stuff. And so I really appreciated that. I thought you don't have to go into all that detail because we get it. You know, as a reader, I'm not stupid, I get it. And Rysa really respected that. I think that was really classy. And another thing Rysa did was keep it pretty PG in terms of language. On the flip side, you may not have gotten the impact that you would have had she used the language and the violence that go along with kids that are in and out of the foster care system. So I appreciated the way she did it. I liked it just fine. Another character that I really liked was Kelsey, the psychiatrist. She was pretty much equal parts common sense and then comfort and care for Kelsey. She kept a professional distance, but she never did so in such a way that her character contradicted itself. It was both things, and it worked really well. I liked the way this book made sense to me. Everything in it made sense, even though it's fiction and it's far-fetched fiction at that. You know, it's government conspiracy and all that, but it made sense. It didn't contradict itself. There wasn't plot hole after plot hole. And the things that were loose ends were things that I know are going to be addressed in the next book. It's very clear that that's going to happen. This book did have a few flaws. Of course, no book is flawless. And so there was one thing that I don't want to tell you about because I think it would spoil it, but it was an element that was added into the plot that I just thought was extraneous. I didn't think it needed to be there. Rysa has a tendency to go into info dump territory sometimes. She needs to communicate a lot of information, and she does it well, but sometimes there's a lot of info dumping going on. And so there was some of that. It worked. It wasn't overly so. It wasn't overpowering to the plot or the characters, either one, but it did happen a little bit. And the other thing was that the character of Anna never got enough sleep. She either couldn't sleep, or she'd be too wound up, or she didn't have time to sleep, or she wasn't able to sleep because of the circumstances. And, you know, realistically speaking, there has to be some element of connection into the real world with a character, and there is no way she would have been able to function at any kind of a reasonable level, ghost talking or not, with that little sleep. So I wish that Rysa had at least let her have a decent few hours of sleep at a time. So those were nominal things that I found wrong with the book. I overall really enjoyed it. I think it's a good cat and mouse adventure, and I think that the ending is nice because it wound up things very well, but it also was open for the next book because, of course, we got to find out what's going on with this government conspiracy thing. So those are my thoughts on The Delphi Effect by Rysa Walker. I loved this book, and I loved it so much that I would love to give away an audio copy of the book. So this would be an audiobook download from audible.com, and because it's a digital download, this giveaway is international. Yay! So if you would like to be entered in the giveaway for the audiobook, just leave me a comment below and be a subscriber. This giveaway will go for just a week, so I'll put the beginning and ending dates here. If you want to tweet about it on Twitter, that'd be great. You don't have to, but if you want to, that'd be great. I will be doing that. And yeah, so I will let you know who the winner is, and that's it for now for me. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.